My story's I got approached by a gentleman, actually by the CEO of this company 6 months ago, a little over 6 months ago. I wasn't looking for anything, but sometimes the best things in our lives come into our lives, right? Best things come into our lives when we least expect it. And that's kind of what happened here. I wasn't looking for anything. I've been an entrepreneur now for 27 years, did well, retired for that industry as I thought I'd never, do direct sales again. Not that it was a problem. I loved it, but was doing health insurance sales and built a nice residual and wasn't really looking. But, John reached out to me twice and he said, Aaron, you got to see this. It's never been done before. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I heard that before. Right. And then he messaged me again, left another message, and it intrigued me. So I jumped on his LinkedIn. I saw Tranzact Card. Never heard of it because no one heard of it. I was one of the first people they contacted, and went on to Google, and I saw one video, and I watched that video. And I got to tell you, after watching that video, I was pleasantly surprised. It was different, and he was right. I didn't understand it though. I'll be honest. I didn't quite understand and grasp all of it because it was a new concept. Never seen it before, And so long story short, I called John back after doing as much research as I could. Called him back. I said, John, listen, I have questions. I have concerns. And frankly, I don't understand how they're doing it. It seems way too good to be true. And listen, I know probably all of you that are part of the business right now probably thought the same thing, right? We all think that, I think. When we see it, we go, whoa, there's no way they can do that, right? That's probably what we all think until we learn exactly how they're doing it. And then it's like, oh, wow, this is incredible, right? So that's my job tonight is if you're a guest tonight to really make things clear for you, and bring to light how we're doing it, So if you haven't seen a presentation, if it's your first time, I'm excited that you're going to you see this because the timing's everything. We talk about in business, timing is everything when it comes to a business. And we are 5 days, just 5 days away from our launch. We're still in pre-launch. So the majority of people don't know about this company yet. So that's a great thing about entrepreneurship, or when you find a trend or something that is going to change things and you're in the front of it, in the beginning of it, and you push it out and you expand that brand, you can do very well. You can help a lot of people out. And that's what's really cool about this company. So I want to start first by saying, our two co-founders, I wish there was a slide that showed our pictures of our two co-founders. One co-founder's name is Peter Rancy. He's got 45 years in the banking arena. He's not a banker. He's more of a connector, but he is the co-founder of the United States Bankers Association. And our other co-founder, Richard Smith, he's got 40 years of import and export. The guy's been very, very successful in numerous businesses. The guy's incredible. I love this guy. He's got a huge heart. He's an emotional guy. And these two have finally come together to create something so special, something that's never been done before. And these gentlemen just want to change the world. So we're going to do that through this vehicle of Tranzact Card. So who are we? We're a positive social impact approach to banking. I know that sounds kind of weird, right? A positive social impact approach to banking, right? So what our co-founder did, Peter Rancy, the last handful of years, he's been trying to help out these minority and community banks, the smaller banks, stay in business and boost their book of business, because we all know the bigger banks are gobbling up all the little banks. The little banks are going out of business like crazy, 250 to 500 a year. But the problem is these minority banks in minority areas in our country. These are the banks that need to stay in business for the people because they don't have the technology you and I have. They're the people that still walk into the bank and cash their check. So these banks need to stay in business for the people. So where do we come in, right? Well, all of us that become a customer or a digital branch office, we also become a customer. We open a private secure banking accounts with these digital and community banks and these minority banks. And we get this Tranzact card. Now, what's different about this Tranzact card, right? That's probably what you're thinking. Oh, I have credit cards, I have debit cards, right? What's different about this? Well, before I tell you that, what does it do for the community banks and the minority banks? It gives them tier one capital. It boosts their book of business. They can borrow money from the Fed. It makes them stronger. And it prevents them from going out of business. So the banks are winning on a big way. So in return, the banks do something for us. And I'm going to tell you that in a minute. And when you find this out, you're not going to be able to sleep tonight. But first, what does this card do for us, right? How is it different? So every time we swipe this Tranzact card and we pay the normal bills that we pay, we pay for groceries, we pay for dinner, we pay for utility bills, whatever you want to pay for with a card, right? Well, every time you spend $1, you earn one Z-Buck. Now, inside our ecosystem of TranzactCard, one Z-Buck is equivalent to $1. Think about that. You spend $100, you have $100 to spend again. You're probably thinking, what? How is that possible, right? It seems impossible, too good to be true. Well, you're going to hear how we do it, okay? So you go and buy $70 worth of gas, you get 70 Z-Bucks. So how can we redeem these Z-Bucks and spend them again? Well, our other co-founder we just talked about, Richard Smith, he's a brilliant man. He's building out this e-commerce site. And he's got all the connections with all these manufacturers and everything else. Now, how is this e-commerce site going to be different or similar to an Amazon e-commerce site or all the, the mall stores, right? How is it going to be different? Well, it's going to have the same stuff. Not last year's models, not overstock.com, but direct from the manufacturer, what the manufacturer has in their warehouse today. Well, we're going to be able to go on this Z Club, take those Z-Bucks that we earned for just swiping a card, doing nothing different, just changing the card we buy things with. And instead of getting 2 to 5% cash back like other cards, we're getting 100% cash back. We can spend again in this Z Club and buy products that we already buy on a daily basis. I'm talking about dry goods eventually, toilet paper, paper towels, dog food, toothpaste, all the consumables we buy every month. What if you could save 20 to 60% on products you already buy? What about shoes, electric bikes, diapers? You could apply maybe 25 Z-Bucks for a $100 retail shoe. That's the $100 retail on the Amazon or $100 retail in the store. It's $100 retail in our Z Club, but you can apply 25% off here in this sense with Z-Bucks, or sometimes you can apply 50% off and get it for 50%, half off. Think about that. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So all the products you normally gonna buy or already buy are in this Z Club or going to be in the Z Club eventually. Now, I did mention that we are launching in 5 days. So what's the company been doing for the last 6 or 7 months, right? Well, I tell you what, these owners, I'll keep telling you this over and over. These owners are spectacular. They're amazing. They give back. They've been taking their own money and they've been buying a lot of products so we could redeem them with our Z-Bucks. So here's these Ray-Ban sunglasses. They did a couple flash sales here. A flash sale is basically if you're on your website at the right time and you go to your Z Club and it's a live flash sale, there's going to be a certain number of that product you can just redeem just by Z-Bucks. So if it's $120, you can apply 120 Z-Bucks. That costs you nothing, right? Because you just paying your bills like you normally would with the Tranzact card, and all you pay for is shipping and handling. How about these guys here, these guys and girls? They got bags, speakers, VR headsets, merchandise, blankets, earbuds, water bottles, electric scooters. All these people paid for all these items were shipping and handling. I was lucky. I was very lucky. I got a $1,200 electric bike through a flash sale. There's my puppy there. She's not so little anymore. This is 3 months ago. But $1,200 electric bike, all I paid for is shipping and handling. They also did a giveaway cruise as a flash sale. This is John and Dr. John and Dr. Michelle Lay, a couple on my team. They get a 4-day, 3-night cruise, leaving a month from yesterday, going to the Bahamas. The company bought 100 deluxe cabins worth $1,400 all inclusive, and they put it up as a flash sale, and Michelle and John were lucky enough to get it. Everything's included, and the company's going to keep doing these things, ladies and gentlemen. So for swiping a card, paying for things you normally pay for, you can get flash sales, stuff for free as well. In addition to that, we're launching the Z Club Travel. Listen, a lot of people want to get back to traveling, but what if you could travel without paying a membership, right? Like we talk about other travel sites, you have to pay $100, $200, $300, $400 per month to get discounted, really good discounted travel, not Travelocity stuff, but really good discounted travel. There's a monthly charge here. There's no monthly charge here for us. All we do is redeem this 30 to 65% off for hotels, resort condos, private homes, just because we swiped a Tranzact card instead of our other cards. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. In addition to that, get this. This is another thing that's just mind-blowing. They launched this Easy Power Earn and Save card. You can go to 330 of the top retailers, and you can buy gift cards for people. And when you buy gift cards for people, they're going to give you dollar for dollar Z-Bucks because you bought a gift card just in time for the holidays, ladies and gentlemen. And get this. This thing is so cool. You could buy a gift card. You can text it or email it to people. And if they don't want to go to Olive Garden, maybe they don't like Olive Garden, They can change the gift card to Panera or whatever they want to change it to. That's pretty incredible, right? I mean, I've never seen this. It's like going to the grocery store and buying a gift card and then someone throws it in their drawer because they don't want to go there. Well, here they can just, it's all digital now. It's really cool. So I know you're probably thinking this card, if it's really dollar for dollar, 100%, return on your money, it's got to be like $1,000 a month, right? Because the American Express Platinum card, $695 annually. That's one of the best point cards and cashback cards, but $695 annually. This one gives you not 5% cash back, 100% cash back. You can spend again in our Z Club for only $25. And if someone gets this card before our official launch, basically by Sunday, midnight Mountain Standard Time, they get this card, they pay $25 one time for life. There's no annual renewal fee for anyone. They get all the banking platform benefits. They get 500 Z-Bucks. Now, listen, we were in our beta phase. We're launching here soon. So we're in our beta. We got rid of our beta phase banking platform. We're going to go into our launching banking platform. So while that transition is going on, everyone's getting 500 Z-Bucks awarded per week until we go into our launching banking platform. In addition to that, it gets better. We're going to double your Z-Bucks. Double. Not dollar for dollar, but 2 for 1 on every single purchase until next November 2024. So you get $70 in gas, you're actually going to get 140 Z-Bucks. In addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that when you find something really good, whether it's a good restaurant, a good movie, something, we're always referring people we love. You got to see this movie. You got to go to this restaurant. It's amazing, right? You got to go get that filet. You got to go get this fish, right? But unfortunately, those places don't give us a kickback, right? Well, here, every customer is going to get a free website. They're going to get an app on their phone. They're going to get a QR code. They can share this card with people they love and care about and have them double their buying power as well. Everybody's going to do it. Everybody's going to have this card. And when you refer people as a customer, you're going to get 500 Z-Bucks for every single referral. Pretty cool, right? So switching gears here, there's 3 pillars in our company. There's a Tranzact Card members and their referrals. We like to call them TCMs for short. Everybody's going to have this card. There's also what we call digital branch offices, or DBOs for short, and their communities. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But we have national influencers. Now, listen, I can't talk about that right now, but I want you to get back to the person that invited you on. I want you to ask, okay, I want you to write this down. After you get off this call, I want you to say, hey, can you fill me in on the national influencers? Who are they? Who do you know? Who do you know that's partnered with us? Ask that question, because I know when you ask that question and they give you a couple names, you're going to be like, what? What? And ask them why you're going to know why they're partnered with us after I tell you in a second. But remember that and go back to the person who invited you on here. So you all know that when we swipe a credit card or a debit card at any location, call it Target. We go to Target, we spend money there. Let's say you spend $100 at Target. Well, Target pays what we call interchange fees when you swipe a card. It's usually about 3% of every dollar gets paid to the issuer, the bank that issued that card. So you have a Wells Fargo debit or credit card. You go to Target, you buy $100. Target keeps $97. $3 goes to Wells Fargo. I don't know if you guys all knew that. It's called interchange fees. There's so much money in the fees of swiping cards. That's why the banks are the tallest buildings in every city. It's not because they loan our money out at a higher interest rate. That helps. But it's because of all the millions and billions of swipes. They're getting a little bit of money off of all those swipes. You guys probably didn't, some of you didn't know that, right? Well, what if banks gave us a portion of those swipes for the first time in history? Now, the big banks won't do it, right? Capital One, Chase, Wells Fargo, they would never give us money. But because we're partnered with these minority and community banks, and they're just so glad we're helping them out, helping them stay in business, they don't need the entire 3%. They don't need it. What if they gave the company Tranzact Card for every single person that swiped this Tranzact Card? They gave us 1.8% of every swipe. 1.8%. And maybe they kept 1.2%. And then Tranzact Card kept 0.5% of every dollar swiped. And what if they rewarded us, all of us as entrepreneurs that want to expand this brand, get the word out? They paid us 1.3% of every dollar swipe through 10 levels of your community. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine getting paid every time someone swiped a card? So let's say you're here on the East Coast with me in Maryland, and you share this card with somebody in California or Hawaii, and they take their family out to dinner and they swipe the Tranzact card to pay for the dinner. And you're sleeping here in your bed and you're hearing cha-ching in your dream. You're counting swipes. You're not counting sleep. You're not counting, I can't say it. You're not counting sheep. You're counting swipes, right? So think about that. I mean, it's incredible. We can, for the first time in history, get paid by the banks. So now you're probably figuring out why these national influencers are partnered with us, right? Because they might be getting paid every time these supporters are swiping the card. These foundations are getting paid. Think about that. It's never been done. We have national influencers, celebrities beating down our door saying, we want in. We say, listen, we got to get through all the foundations we have first, then we'll get to you. Think about that. It's a lot bigger than you think it is, right? So for you and I, anyone that wants to expand the brand for $495, one time, just one time, you can become what we call a DBO, a digital branch office, essentially become a digital bank, essentially. We can't say we're banks, but we get the same benefits as the banks. We can get paid every time someone swipes a card. And it's not just any card. This is the best card in the world. There's no card like it. We get all the banking platform benefits. We also are customers. So we get 500 Z-Bucks awarded per week. We get double Z-Bucks on every purchase. We get all the marketing and technology support. And I got to tell you, I've been part of several companies over my 27-year career, and the marketing and technology here is second to none. It's unbelievable. The amount of money this company's spending to prepare for an incredible launch, an incredible run. I got to tell you, they're not fooling around. We get all the DBO training. Listen, this is so simple. This thing is so simple, ladies and gentlemen, because listen, you don't have to be a salesperson. We're not selling a product here. Not that there's anything wrong with selling products. I love products. I made a lot of money selling products in my career. There's some amazing products in our direct sales industry. Amazing. But we're not selling a product. We're solving a problem. I'm going to say that again. We're not selling a product. We're solving a problem. So this is simple. We don't have to go to anyone and say, hey, try my product. Don't buy your product anymore. Buy mine. Switch your buying habits. We don't have to do that here. That's hard. Listen, it's okay. People are having a lot of success with that, but that's hard. How would it be a little different if you went to everybody and said, don't change the products you love already. Don't change anything. Keep buying the same products you love today. Just change the card you buy them with. Think about that. Is that a little different? Is that simpler? And if you change the card you buy all the products you love and care about already, you're going to double your buying power. Think about that. There's no better thing out there in the world, I think. So this is simple, but the biggest thing would be becoming a digital branch. You get to participate in the revenue plan. You get to get paid every single time someone swipes a card within your branch. And in addition to that, you could be like a lot of people already in this call. Listen, I got excited 6 months ago when I saw this. I made a list of 15 people. I said, and all I said was, hey, Pamela, Tanya, you got to see this. And they go, what is it? I said, listen, I don't know. It's never been done before. It could be the next disruptor. And they said, what is it? I said, I can't explain it. You got to see a video. I sent them a video. I followed up. I said, Pamela, Tanya, what made more sense? Was it doubling your buying power with the card? Was it making money every time someone swipes the card, or both? And 10 out of the 15 people said both. And then the questions came. They said, well, tell me all about it. I don't get it. It sounds too good to be true. All the stuff I said, right? I said, listen, I don't know how to explain it. Let me get you on a Zoom with the CEO. And John was gracious enough to get on a Zoom and answer all the questions from my 10 people. All 10 people said, I'm in. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So from those 10 people, they told other people I didn't know and other people I didn't know. And it's compounded all across the country. And as of today, just my organization has over 4,400 people in 6 months. That's just me. There's people in the company that have a lot more than that. A lot more than that. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. Why? Not because I'm good. It's just because I spread the word, and you can too. And you can have all these digital branches all over the country, and it can explode like it can for a lot of us already. So there's one thing you want to do immediately. You want to get to manager. How do you get to manager? You go help 3 people become digital branch offices. Listen, follow the system. This system is so darn simple, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. Go to your person that invited you on and say, how do I do this? Okay? It's very simple. Go get 3 people. Share this incredible business as soon as possible before we launch with 3 other people. Get them the right information. When they come on board, you become a manager, 3 people. Or you can go get 20 TCMs, 20 Tranzact Card members as soon as possible. You become a manager. Now listen, when you become a manager, you get to participate in this community revenue bonus. What is this? I got to tell you, I absolutely love these co-founders. They're taking a lot of money from different areas of the company. And instead of keeping it for themselves, which a lot of owners do, they're taking that money, they're putting it into this community revenue bonus for all of us. All the money, everybody in the company, my whole team is going to help you out. My other teams, Larry Lane, Eric Allen, Liz Perkins, Colette Daniels, Lila, Brett, all these people are going to, all the teams are going to accumulate into this pool, and it's going to pay all the managers and above. And what's great about this is normally companies have revenue pools, but it's usually for the top 1% in the company. The people that are already making all the money, they don't need more money. Well, look at this. You can go out and share this with 3 people or get 20 customers. You become a manager and you can make up to $250 to up to $500 per month in this monthly community bonus. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen anything like this. For something to become a manager, that's simple of a task. 20 customers. And by the way, when we launch, your customers are going to be able to get customers. You can go out and get 5 customers. Those 5 can go get 3, refer 3. Well, now you have 15, you have 20 customers. You only get 5. Now you're a manager. You can make it up to $250 to $500 per month. I know you're probably looking at those other bonuses. How do I get to $1,500? How do I get to $12,500, right? I know that's what I did. Well, you become a senior manager. You help 3 other people, just 3 other people, help them get 3 people. And you become a senior manager. You make up to $1,500 per month. And then vice presidents. We have over 215 vice presidents in this company already in 6 months. Look at that monthly bonus. How do you become a vice president? You help 3 people become senior managers. You make up to $12,500 per month in a monthly bonus, ladies and gentlemen. And then it's just candy. It's gravy from there, right? 20 and 30,000. I mean, Colette, who introduced me, she's a senior vice president. That's up to $20,000 monthly bonus. That's just crazy, right? So this last slide, pay attention, please. This last slide is really crucial. We have a promotion going on. It's ending Sunday night, midnight, Mountain Standard Time. I know you probably, if you're a guest on here tonight, you go, that's not enough time. It's plenty of time, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of time. Okay, you want to get started immediately tonight. Okay, don't think about it. Listen, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't even think about thinking about it. Okay, don't think about thinking about it. Okay, just get started and figure it out as you go, because there's some really incredible perks by getting started before Monday, before our official launch. You become an innovator. I can't explain it again. It's just something I can explain it, but I can't explain it on here. Get back to the person and write that down too. What's an innovator and how's the innovator benefit me and the people I can bring on board before the innovator promotion's over? Write that down. Ask, who are the foundations? What is the innovator promotion? Find those out. You become an innovator if you get started before November 12th at midnight. You also get a set service fee. Listen, we're going to be eventually become what we call a franchise. There's going to be a 1% franchise fee and service fee to the company. That's it. You get locked into 1% and not higher. There's also going to be a $50 fee, marketing and technology fee to run the business eventually. We don't know exactly when we're starting this fee, but listen, I think that's nothing. That's gravy. $50 a month to run a business. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever ran a business before, $50 is nothing. That's your expense per month. We don't have an auto ship. We don't buy products. $50 a month. We're going to double our buying power. That $50 a month's a joke. I don't mean to be disrespectful, because I know $50 a month, sometimes if you're on a tight budget, that can be a lot. But listen, you can get rid of that very easily. You can get rid of it if you become a manager by getting 3 people before November 12th, before Sunday night at midnight. You can go out and get 3 people tomorrow with the help of whoever brought you in here. You go do that, you never pay the $50 a month. Or you get 20 customers, you never pay the $50 a month whenever we start charging that. So listen, if you don't want to pay it, go do a little bit of work before Sunday. Okay. In addition to that, just to touch on that, let's say you don't become a manager before Sunday, right? Well, once you become manager, whenever that is, you're going to make up to $250 to $500 per month in the community bonus. So that can more than pay for that $50 marketing and technology fee, right? It makes sense. But one of the coolest things the company's been doing, which I've never seen before, the entire pre-launch we've been in until this upcoming Monday, When you go out and get 3 other people to join the business with you to expand the brand, they're going to give you a $495 investment back to you. And you're never going to pay the $50 a month. So ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress enough, get started as soon as possible for you right now. And I want to tell you exactly how this ecosystem works, because it's really important to understand how the company's doing it, right? Because I didn't get it. You probably don't get it either. So, okay. So this is how it works. Okay. So understandable, like, the Z Club, right? The Z Club, you're probably always thinking, how are they giving 20 to 60% off, right? Because if you go to any store and you walk in, you go, hey, I want to pay 10 to 20% above wholesale price. They'd be like, keep walking, buddy. Right. Well, here we can do it because we don't care about making that much money in the Z Club. Okay. So give you an example how it's going to work. We're going to buy the same products. We're going to have the same agreements to buy products wholesale, just like Amazon and other retailers. Okay. Let's call it a Nike shoe. Nike shoe might be $46 wholesale. Same thing as Amazon. Amazon marks up the retail price of $100. We go on Amazon, we buy that product. Amazon makes that $54 profit, shipping's included, right? Well, did you know that Amazon holds on to your money that you spent for that shoe for 90 days? They don't pay Nike for 90 days. Did you know that? Probably not. They take that money and hang on to it and invest it. It's smart. Now, Nike has a love-hate relationship with Amazon because they love that they sell 80% of their warehouse, but they don't like that they hold on to their money for 90 days. But what's Nike going to do? Amazon has leverage over the entire world, ladies and gentlemen. So what are we going to do? How are we going to do it differently? We're going to buy that same $46 shoe, the same agreement to sell that $46 shoe on our site. We're going to mark it up to the same price as Amazon, shipping included. We're going to maybe be able to apply 25, 40, 50 Z-Bucks, depending on what we can apply. Now, the company's going to keep a little bit of money. They're going to take our $46, going to pay Nike directly immediately, before Nike even ships us the product. And Nike's going to drop ship you that sneaker. So thanks to Amazon, we don't have to warehouse the product. We don't have to ship the product. We don't have to buy the product. All we're doing is putting that SKU of that color, that size on our website. We go on and purchase it. The company keeps a little bit of money, and Nike does the rest for us. Think about that. Very simple. Okay. The timing of all this is incredible, right? In our day and age. So why is the company not need to make that much money? Because the company, like I explained before, makes money because the banks are giving us 1.8% of the transaction fee instead of keeping 3%. They keep giving us 1.8. TranzactCard's keeping 0.5%. The other 1.3% is getting paid to you and I as entrepreneurs for spreading the word. So just to bring it all together, who wins? Who wins, ladies and gentlemen? The banks win. These minority and community banks win because they get to stay in business. The people in the minority areas get to walk in the bank still. They win because the bank's not disappearing, right? As consumers, never in the history have we won like this, where you can swipe a card, don't do anything different, just swipe a card, buy things you normally buy, but you get dollar for dollar where you could spend your money again. Think about that. It's like giving yourself an instant raise, 100% more money, right? Of getting a raise of the job, almost making 100% more money, right? It's crazy. So as consumers, we win like we've never won before. And as entrepreneurs, right? Even if you haven't been an entrepreneur, listen, there are more people in this company that, successful people, Wall Street people, CEOs, CFOs, financial people that made millions of dollars, people that have come out of retirement for this company because this has never been done before. So in closing, appreciate all you guys. You have a great rest of your week. Go out and let's go help change the world one swipe at a time. Take care, everybody.